viewers, welcome to another edition of Legal Hour. Legal Hour is where we discuss legal matters, and this program is proudly sponsored by City Law Solicitors. My name is MC Chaka. I'm your host for this educative program, Legal Hour. As usual, I'm here in the studio with my usual guest, lawyer Thomas Beyebenwo from City Law Solicitors. Lawyer has done an incredible job. He is always here to educate us, to give us advice on legal matters. And we are here to discuss some of the legal issues confronting people, especially in the UK. And our topic for tonight is consumer rights in relation to energy, supply, banking, and purchases. So this is the topic we've chosen for this evening's program. I'm here with lawyer. I'm going to welcome lawyer to the program. Viewers, stay tuned. Lawyer is getting ready. I'll be welcoming very soon to the program. But then I'll ask you or urge you to share this program, share it to make sure that all your viewers, all people out there, your friends, your family, everyone will benefit from this beautiful program. Stay tuned. I'll be back. Lawyer is just getting ready. Stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers. I'm here with lawyer Thomas Beyebenwo from City Law Solicitors. Lawyer, welcome to the program.
Thank you, DJ Chaka.
You're always looking amazing. It's good to have you on the show. Thank you for coming.
It's always so nice to be here.
Yeah, good. And I can see you're well prepared for tonight's program. We're going to talk about consumer rights in relation to energy, supply, banking scam, and then purchases of goods and services. So we'll start very soon. But before then, I want you to do the usual introduction. Let viewers know who you are. It might be today be the first time for someone watching you. So tell viewers where you're based and who you are. Please do as the honor, lawyer.
Good evening, everyone. It's always an opportunity to be here to communicate to both our viewers and listeners. For those of you who are watching us for the first time, my name is Thomas Beyebenwo. I'm a solicitor and a partner of City Law Solicitors. City Law Solicitors, we specialize in numerous areas of law. In fact, this program is proudly sponsored by City Law Solicitors. We specialize in different areas of law, and one of which is consumer law. Tonight we have chosen this amazing topic because we can all see that energy companies are collapsing. People are confused what effect that these companies that are going past will have on their services in terms of energy. There are banking scams all around us. In fact, the last time I was reading the Financial Times, the first quarter, there is almost about 750 million of scam that people have been victims of. And then, above all, people also buy products, and obviously, because of the pandemic crunch, traders or sellers have been quite strict. And sometimes they have deprived consumers of their fundamental rights under the law. So tonight, I am here to take you through every stage of the product that you have purchased and how you'll be able to enjoy that product and still assert your rights under the law. So that is why I'm here tonight.
Thank you very much for that introduction, lawyer. It's always good for you to introduce the topic as well, because most of them you are going to go through. So obviously, it's good for you to give that expression for viewers to understand what is going to happen. Viewers, so we've got questions for lawyer as always, and as the host for this program, I'll go through with all the questions. Lawyer, I'll start with the energy companies. We know because of the climate change, energy companies are collapsing at this point. So, what regulatory body or who regulates these energy companies? If you want to brief us about the people that regulate the energy companies, please.
Great. Energy companies, just like many companies in this country, just like banks, they are equally regulated by a regulatory body, and the duty or the responsibility of that regulatory body is to ensure that consumers are treated fairly, and also their rights are protected under the law. And it is the regulator's name is Ofgem. Ofgem obviously is Office of Gas and Electricity Markets. They regulate the markets and ensures that there is competition, there is fair pricing, and there is also regulation when it comes to where consumers or customers have been treated unfairly, for example, overcharging, or when there are meter faults and all that. This regulator is the body to ensure that your complaints are resolved, or your redress are resolved, and your remedies ensure that they are taken care of.
All right. So we know the regulatory body, which is Ofgem, that you've mentioned. So if in case your energy company is treating you unfairly, and you want to sort of appeal, or you want to report them to Ofgem, what sort of procedure can you follow before you can obviously get this addressed with Ofgem?
Yes. As always, the starting point when somebody have a problem with the supply of energy, be it gas, water, electricity, the starting point is to seek redress with the company that is providing you the service. So once you've made your complaints, you set out your the basis of that complaint, then it's expected that that company should resolve the complaint to your satisfaction. But there are most cases where these companies are either not treating customers fairly, or they either ignore these complaints, or they delay it unfairly. Then in those circumstances, those customers are entitled to escalate their complaint to Ofgem or the energy ombudsman, who then look into it, and then because they are independent of these providers, they are able to adjudicate and then give very fair outcome to those customers.
All right, thank you, lawyer. So if you've taken it to Ofgem, they've looked into the matter, and you are not satisfied with the outcome of the issue, what is the next step? What can you do? Can you override Ofgem and take it to court, or is there anything that you can do to address it after an outcome has been achieved from Ofgem and you are not satisfied with it?
That's a very, very, very good question. The point is that when you are receiving a service from a provider, fundamentally that is a contract. And in our contracts, when there is a breach, there is obviously various remedies. Now, the starting point is to contact the provider and obviously to escalate to Ofgem. But that doesn't take away your fundamental right of seeking redress in the civil court. So if you are not satisfied with Ofgem, the energy ombudsman's decision, you could say take that matter to the county court, depending on the amount of claim involved here. But obviously, most times, if the energy ombudsman has ruled against you, there is more likely that your chances might be a bit dim in terms of pursuing such claims to a successful outcome. But it doesn't end there. If that one still believes that she can pursue that matter to a conclusion where she will be satisfied of the outcome, then of course she's free to take it to a county court.
Thank you, lawyer. Viewers, if you just joined us, we are discussing consumer rights in relation to energy supply, the banking sector, purchase of goods and services. We all know the climate change, and as a result of that, there have been a lot of issues with energy companies. A lot of them are closing up. So this topic is very important to educate ourselves on what we can do when we are in this crisis, or when we confront ourselves with these challenges. I've got more questions for lawyer. Lawyer, so in case my energy company go bust, what do I do?
Yes, I am enthused with the questions you are asking, because a lot of us are confused. I was just checking, and so almost about 7 to 8 companies that have gone bust, which means that if most customers or consumers have what they call the cap contract, where their bill has been capped to a certain level for the year, and obviously the beginning of the year or last 2 years, it's been amazing. The energy prices have been very, very low. They just has been going up, and that is why most of these companies cannot afford to provide the same service that they have been providing at that particular price that people sign up to. So probably you have overpaid your supplier who has gone bust. Now the remedy is that you don't jump, because as I've said, Ofgem, which is the regulator, will step in and then appoint a new provider who will take over that contract that you are on. And therefore, if your company won't bust, Ofgem will appoint a new one to take over.
So let's say a new company, a new supplier has taken over, and then with my old company, I was in credit. Would they give my credit back to me once they've taken over from the old or my previous supplier?
Yes, if you were in credit and, for example, your company has gone bust, the new company by law is supposed to provide you that credit. But customers has to be aware. The point is that for those of you who have, for example, electronic meters or pay-as-you-go meters, probably you have to take photographs, snapshots of your readings, because if the new company disputes that you were ever in credit, then you may have to adduce some evidence, and that evidence may require that you have to show that you are actually in credit. So my advice to consumers or customers is that where they have been duly informed that their company is going bust, or for whatever reason they found out that the company has gone bust, they should take the preliminary procedure by taking snapshots of the readings and ensuring that their bills and accounts numbers are in order, such that they will be able to inform the new company that they are in credit. But before we go further, I want to also say that when you are in an existing contract and a new company takes over, there is what they call deemed special contract. Now, under the special deemed contract, the new company that has taken over the supply of your energy, be it gas or electricity, because these are the companies that are currently going past, then they are supposed to put you under the very cheapest or the best rate available. But obviously, as we all know, these companies have been in competition with each other, so most of them have been trying to provide the cheapest tariff for customers, and it is those companies that have the cheapest tariffs that are currently going past, because they cannot afford to maintain and provide those contracts that customers have signed up to. So they may not be able to provide you the same contract price that you are currently on, but you are entitled to shop around and then look for where you can get a best tariff. But of course, you don't jump before they contact you.
All right, thank you very much, lawyer, for that explanation. It's very important that you take your time to obviously go through, because a lot of things are happening in this crisis, energy crisis, and we really appreciate your time and the explanation that you've given in regards to that. Before we continue, let me acknowledge a couple of viewers on Facebook. I must say that our viewers, you mean a lot to us, because this program is progressing every single day because of your participation, your engagement, you watching and sharing it to your friends and family as well. So Juliet Dover, Juliet is watching. Kofi Wizi says, beyond, I did hear some economic questions for Hila. All right, Kofi, go on. Faustina Brago Amankwa. Oh, Mamaya, keep it up, dear. Thank you very much. Faustina is watching from Copenhagen. Fausti, yeah, that's right. So you can share it to your family. You can share it to your contacts in the UK as well. Janet, Jesse, this is very educative program. Good job, bro. That's my own sister, Janet. Thank you very much, J-Lo. Thank you. Nana Frema, good evening, lawyer. Lawyer Nana Frema says good evening.
Thank you.
That's right. Daniel Amanfo Kwabna, powerful program. I really like it, says. Thank you very much, Daniel. Cornelia from Poma Jima. Cornelia has been an amazing viewer. Cornelia, thank you for tuning in all the time. Anytime we come live, you're always there. Thank you very much. Enjoy the program. Please, let's share and share. Please, as Cornelia is saying, everybody should share, because we all know what the energy issue is in the UK. Let's share and get ourselves updated with the new regulations. Wasem Bat says nice. Eugene Euphemia Opon says good evening, brother. How are you? All right, Euphemia, thank you very much. Good evening. We're all doing well. We hope you're also doing well. Cornelia from Poma, great advice. Keep records, make claim easier. And Faustina is still available. So viewers, keep sharing, keep telling your friends, your family to obviously subscribe or to tune in and then start watching this program every Tuesday from 8:30 p.m. Legal Hour. Your host MC Chaka. I'll be here with our renowned solicitor Beyebenwo, obviously to give all the advice, all the information that we need to abreast ourselves with. So keep watching. All right, lawyer, let me continue with my question. We know nowadays people are struggling with energy bills. I'm not sure if it's in line with the COVID pandemic or is the bills that have really gone up, because sometimes you'll be there and you'll be expecting to get same amount of bill and all of a sudden it will go up to the roof. So my question is that if you are struggling to pay the bills, what can you do? What are the conditions?
Yes, a very good question. If one is struggling with their bills, then obviously there are a lot of things that people can do to alleviate that struggle. The first point is that people should contact with their provider and then agree a payment plan which is affordable to them. And this is provided under the regulations of the energy licensing condition, that when customers are struggling, they should be able to arrange the contract such that they will be able to pay the rate that is affordable to them. So which means that they may have some payment plan in place. They could also have what they call payment plan break, where they may not pay their bill for a couple of months, and then once they've perhaps started work, they can start paying. So these are arrangements that they can have with their company. Now, the government also have certain things in place. For example, winter fuel allowance. In winter, when from November to March every year, those who are born, I think, October 1954 onwards, and again, this is not about whether you are British or you have a stay or whatever. The mere fact that you were born that period and you are using an energy, then you are entitled to between £100 and £300. Most people are not aware. They don't use these facilities. These are rights that people have between November, which is we are now in September, so from November to March of every year, this allowance of £100 to £300 is available to those who are entitled to it to claim. We also have the cold weather allowance, which means that in winter, whenever there is a cold weather continuously for 7 days, people are also entitled to between £30 to £40 that will be able to pay for their bills. So these are the facilities that are available to those who are struggling to pay their bills under the prevailing circumstances.
All right, thank you. You've drawn my attention to something. You know, as you've mentioned, or you've given people that could be eligible for support from the government without knowing, I think single mothers as well, or single occupants as well. I mean, people with credit and benefits can also have some sort of allowances that they can claim. So, I mean, it's good to explore all these opportunities, obviously, to make sure that you get the benefit that you can achieve from these supplies. Lawyer, this is very, very tricky. Sometimes you provide a meter reader to the energy suppliers. You've given them the actual meter reader, but prior to that, maybe it was an estimated figure, which you've constantly been paying, let's say £100 or whatever every month. But then you've given them your meter reader, and as soon as you give them the meter reader, they bring you a bill, and it's almost like £500. It becomes, financial, hardship. It brings financial hardship, actually. So in that circumspect, how do you address that if you think you've been charged with bills that are not due right? How do you challenge that with the suppliers?
Yes, that is a very good question. The point is that the worst thing that can happen to a consumer is when they are charged incorrectly, where bills are not accurate or they don't reflect the actual energy that they have used in the household. But there is a remedy. If you have ever been overcharged, and people take some of these things for granted, but obviously these things do happen to consumers. Now, if you receive a bill which is quite excessive, and it detracts from the normal bill that you normally receive, then the first point is that either that meter could be wrong or faulty. Now, under the law, under the energy licensing standard conditions, regulations, if you have any reasonable belief that the meter is faulty, then you are entitled to request that the meter be inspected by the provider. And this will be free of charge if you ever ask for that service, except under very distinct circumstances that they may ask you to pay for the energy engineer turning up. So this is the first point that you have to look into. The other point is that, as I've already set out from the onset of this presentation, you are also entitled to make complaint to the energy provider that your bill is excessive, and therefore you feel that you have been wrongly or you've been overcharged or you have been incorrectly billed. Now, under the circumstances, they are meant to look into it, and the energy provider is meant to make a decision, which they call deadlock. The deadlock decision is where they have looked into everything around and have come to that decision that they feel that perhaps is right, or maybe they may say that you are entitled to some refund. If you disagree to that amount, then in all those circumstances, you can still escalate your complaint to the energy ombudsman. And in this case, again, they will look into it and then come to a fair decision, because their interest is to protect consumers or customers of these energy providers. But above all, whilst these complaints are ongoing, under the regulations, that provider has no right to cut off your meter. And therefore, in some cases, they will threaten that they are coming to remove your meter to face prepaid meter. Under the law, whilst these things are going, they are not entitled to do that. So if ever anybody said that, you could just tell that provider that what you are doing is illegal, because the law does not permit you to undertake such actions under the circumstances.
All right, you've answered the question in advance. I was going to ask this same question, and you've given the answer. Excellent. So, if in case they've done the investigation, and let's say it comes to terms that the energy supplier is at fault, and obviously they've unlawfully charged you, or they've given you a bill that is not due or whatever, is there any sort of compensation that you can sort of get from them? Can you claim compensation from them for the stress, for the hardship, or whatever they might have taken you through? Can you get compensation for that, lawyer?
Yes, the Consumer Rights Act, which I will delve into very soon, clearly states that where, for example, consumer has complained about a service, in this case, if you have been overcharged, then clearly that should not cause you unreasonable inconvenience for you taking your time to complain to them, and eventually they finding out that that was their fault. In most cases, that I'm sure most of the viewers will testify, that they sometimes will give you some compensation for your stress.
All right, thank you very much. Viewers, if you've just joined us, this is Legal Hour. My name is MC Chaka. I'm the host for this beautiful program. I'm here with lawyer Thomas Beyebenwo from City Law Solicitors, and I might say that this program is sponsored by City Law Solicitors. They've been our backbone from day one, and they've been incredible. Tonight we're talking about consumer rights in relation to energy supply, banking scam, purchase of goods and services. And lawyer has done really well. He's taken us through the energy questions. We've spoken about the regulatory body that obviously underpins or regulates the energy companies. And then also lawyer has taken us through what happens if energy supplier goes bust, and if helps for people who are struggling with to pay their bills. He has outlined all these factors. Now we're going to move on to consumer law. And as part of the topic, we've got consumer rights. So we've spoken about the energy. We're moving a step further to consumer law. Lawyer, consumer law. Who is a consumer under the law? Consumer law.
Yes. Consumer Rights Act 2015 has taken over what we used to call the Sales of Goods Act. So, under the Consumer Rights Act, consumers are defined to be where individuals, domestic or individuals, purchase services or goods from a trader or a business. So where, for example, someone is buying something in his name as an individual, that person can be considered as a consumer. Now, I must say here that it means that if you are purchasing a good as a commercial consumer, in this case, I mean as a company, then you will not have that protection under the Consumer Rights Act. And of course, it's so beneficial to consumers. So if you are purchasing a product in your name as a company, then in that case you will not be categorized as somebody who is a consumer. Obviously, you also have other rights under the Unfair Contract Terms Act 1977, which is quite distinct from the Consumer Rights Act.
All right, thank you very much for taking your time to explain the consumer right. So, what are consumers' right during the lifespan of purchase products? For instance, if I've bought like a car, a TV, washing machine, or second-hand good, anything, if the lifespan has lapsed or whatever, what right do I have on that, please?
Yes, consumers have lots of right when we come to goods. And obviously, most of us are familiar with what they call warranties. Before we have this Consumer Rights Act 2015, people may have either relied on Sales of Goods Act or the warranties. But the protection that the Consumer Rights Act gives to consumers throughout the lifespan of that product that they have purchased, being it a TV, a brand new car, a washing machine, any product that you can think of that is used domestically, then the starting point of that particular consumer who has purchased that product is that he is entitled to be delivered a good which is of satisfactory quality. So that product must not be defective. So for example, you went into the showroom, got yourself a Jaguar, brand new Jaguar, you drove out the car, and then within the first 1 month, you found out that the car is defective. Maybe either the bumper has ripped off, or either the lights, or there's some engine ignition fault, be it any fault. Now, this is what people should know, and these are happening to people. There was a time that somebody called me and said, "Oh, lawyer, I want to buy Astra, a brand new Astra from Vauxhall, and I'm having problem. They said they won't refund me. They want to repair the car." Now, the point is that the first 30 days of the lifespan of that product, whether it's a car, aeroplane, TV, if you purchase that product as a consumer under the Consumer Rights Act, Section 22 of the Act, it makes it clear that if that product is defective or is faulty, within the first 30 days, you are entitled to return the product to the trader and get full cash refund. You don't have to accept repairs. Now the point is that after the first 30 days, if that product have not developed fault, great. But perhaps within 6 months, there could be some fault to that product. So maybe within 6 months, you are driving this car, or you had this washing machine in your house, it was faulty. And the point is that sometimes they will tell you, "Oh, you have used the product, so you are not entitled to refund." No. Under Section 23 of the Consumer Rights Act, it makes it very clear that you are entitled to a repair or refund. So whilst the first 30 days, you are entitled to refund during the lifespan of that product, within 30 days or the first 6 months after the 30 days, you are entitled to, under the Section 23, you are entitled to either refund or repair. And if you repair the product for whatever reason, there is another fault, then you are entitled to refund. And obviously, within 6 years, and this is what I want people to take note of, under Section 24, within 6 years, if the product develops fault and it's not as a result of wear and tear, again, you could still claim that the product be repaired or you get refund. The difference here is that you will be the trader will make deductions of the time that you have used that product. So guys, if you had that TV that is giving you fault, you have a right under the Consumer Rights Act. No matter how long you have used it.
Lawyer, this is bringing my attention to something, because sometimes we think about the warranty. We say, oh, because especially when you buy something from these corner places, and they'll make a receipt for you and say, oh, we're giving you 1 month warranty or 30 days warranty or something like that. So outside the manufacturer's warranty, or let's say the person selling or the seller's warranty, by law, would you still be required, as you're saying, if even though they've got their warranty, would you still be able to return it? For example, you bought a blender and you've realized that it's faulty or it's not working as you wanted it to be, would you be able to return it? I mean, outside the warranty that the manufacturer has given you?
Yes, as Christians, they will say that when they quote the Bible, the devil just flee. when you quote the Consumer Rights Act, the trader just shivers.
That's right.
You understand? So when you quote the consumer, I have personally, when I'm buying a product and then I don't waste my time. I just quote the Consumer Rights Act because I know that within the first 6 years, depending on whatever fault it was that product, there is a way around it. And by you quoting the Consumer Rights Act, that trader will just shiver, just like when Christians quote the Bible and the devil begin to.
I like that. So where in the Bible is this quotation, lawyer? Well, viewers, so as lawyer is saying, if you come across any of these challenges, just quote the Consumer Rights Law. The Consumer Rights Law. Just make reference to that. Know your right. This is the benefit that we get from this program. Let me continue to acknowledge and cherish my beautiful and wonderful viewers. Wasim Bat says nice. Cornelia, Euphemia upon. Good evening, brother. How are you doing? Emmanuel Leko. Oh, Emmanuel, your name Leko. Okay, the best lawyer in the whole UK. Of course, you're right, Emmanuel. The best lawyer. Faustina Brago Amankwa, I'm watching you live from wonderful Copenhagen. Good work, bro. Good work. Thank you very much, lawyer. Faustina says good work. Thank you very much, Faustina. Tiga Upa Edwards, live from Asaba, Nigeria. Thank you very much, Tiga, for watching all the way from Nigeria. Thank you. Cornelia, wow, great. Try and share and invite your friends and family in the UK. Yes, we talk a lot about immigration laws. Last week we spoke about deportation. Today we're talking about consumer rights. So every week we bring different topic, and lawyer's specialty obviously is very broad. He specializes in immigration law, employment law, family law, personal injuries and clinical negligence, commercial disputes and civil litigations, and now they got housing law, consumer law. There's more to it. So please make reference. Please make sure that you don't look no further but legal. City Light. Make sure you send all your legal matters to them. They will help you out. Let me continue reading and acknowledging my viewers. Freddie Kwau Asari, thanks, Council. Ben Kofi Jr., great show. Charles Amwa is watching. Kwame Yeboah, that's my main man. Hey, Diagola, the main striker in Italy. Kwame is watching from Italy. William Boachi, Senior BM, watching it live. Cornelia is just throwing the laughs. Thank you very much, viewers. So we continue our topic, consumer right in relation to energy supply, banking, and scams. So, Leah, quick question: if you've had, or if you've been able to had a resolution or settlement with where you purchased the goods and they've agreed to refund your money, how long does it normally take for the refund to go through? Because I believe there's we'll pay, and then it could take ages. You'll be calling them, chasing them up. You might not be hearing from them. And what means would they refund the money? Is it going to be check, or they will sort of direct that into your account? What means would they use to refund the money for you?
Yes, that's a very good question. The fact is that I've already set out the right of the consumer throughout the lifespan of that product, that is to that limitation period, for example, 6 years. And in most cases, if the goods are rejected, for example, if the car is faulty, you got this brand new car, within 30 days it has developed fault, you send it straight to the garage, throw the key at them, and then what happens? You are expecting your refund. Again, the law makes it very, very clear that that refund must be received within 14 days. So if that trader refuses to provide that cash refund within that 14 days, then he's in breach of the Consumer Rights Act 2015. So it's normally 14 days. And I'm aware that sometimes people will have these issues. They will say, oh, we have accepted that we are going to provide you a refund. And then they keep on calling every day. As I've said, quote the Consumer Rights Act.
That's right.
That is your Bible.
Quote the consumer law right. That is your Bible. Make sure you quote that every time you are confronted with these challenges. Okay, so within 14 days, they need to refund your money.
Of course, yes.
If they don't do that, what do you do?
Well, the good thing is that if a trader is in breach of the Consumer Right Act, then obviously you have a remedy to, depending on whoever regulates. We have already spoken about, for example, of GEM regulated energy companies. We have most of these companies are signed out on what they call ADR, which is Authentic Dispute Resolution Regulator. So who you can, most times they will tell you that they are regulated by such a person, and therefore, such a body, and therefore what you can do is that you channel your complaints to that regulator, and for whatever reason that they have been undue inconvenience, that you could also be entitled to some form of compensation. So as I've said, make sure you quote the Consumer Right Act 2015. That is your Bible that will make the devil free from you.
All right, I like that. I mean, it's going to be at the back of my, head. I'll quote it all the time, anytime I'm confronted with these challenges. Because lawyer, this is personal experience. I don't know if that comes under consumer right. I went to Ghana a couple of months ago, and I booked the COVID test day 2 and day 8 kits, and then they were meant to deliver, upon my arrival. I returned. I came back to the UK, and my day 8 they had elapsed, and the kits were not in. I tried calling them, doing everything. I did not receive it, so I had to do it through NHS. And then obviously I called the NHS. They asked, they delivered it the next day. Then at the same time, I received the kits from these people. So they were late. So that is a breach, isn't it? So I mean, I returned it, and then I claimed it through my bank. But could there be any other ways? Because I reported it to my bank, and my bank obviously refunded the money to me. But could there be any other way to resolve this with the company?
Yes, I think you are very, very smart, because obviously claiming through the bank is one of the remedies of you exercising your right, which overlaps with the Consumer Right Act. But the point is that in general, when you order for delivery, the trader has 30 days to deliver it, subject to an agreement with that particular trader. So if you make the trader aware that I want this product the next day, and then they agree that they will be able to deliver it the next day, and they don't deliver it, then of course they are in breach of the Consumer Right Act. So the reason why the bank refunded you your money, obviously they will not have to do, is the fact that the bank accepted that they were in breach of the Consumer Right Act, and for that reason they were meant to refund you your money.
So will the bank be claiming the money from the suppliers, or they just going to take it as bad debt?
Yes, that's a very good question. The point is that I think at some stage I will take my time to look at some of these remedies under Section 75 of the Credit Card Agreement 1974, and also what they call chargeback claims. If you purchase a product online, which in your case I believe that's what you probably did, and then you bought that product online, and the product was not delivered for whatever reason, then of course straight away you are entitled to what they call a chargeback from your bank. So what happens is that the bank will refund the money into your account, and then they will give that, but they will chase that company to refund the money. So they will just withdraw the money from the trader. But in some circumstances, when there is a breach and the trader is disputing, then they will give the trader an opportunity to provide evidence that they are not in breach.
Okay, understand that. And then also talking about airlines, and a lot of people have had challenges with airlines. I remember during the COVID time, they were disappointing a lot of people. You'll be booked to go today, they will send you a message. In terms of the law and consumer right, what can you get from that if obviously airlines don't fulfill or they don't comply with the services they were meant to provide for you?
Yes, it's a very, very practical question because a lot of people have been experiencing these problems. The point is, and some of these problems are self-subsisting. Now, whenever you enter into a contract, and obviously I'm now talking about the Consumer Rights Act, because this Consumer Rights Act gives extra protection to consumers. If you purchase a flight ticket, now obviously if that particular airline or the agency cancels the flight, then of course you are entitled to cash refund. If you decide to cancel the flight, so let's say during the COVID, where you bought a ticket and because of COVID the airline is unable to fly, then automatically you are entitled to cash refund. But even in those circumstances, because a lot of people either they didn't know their right, they were giving them vouchers, but they were entitled to cash refund because it is the airline that has cancelled the flight. So under the Consumer Rights Act, they were entitled to a refund, which is something that we'll look at when we come to service, because it's a service that they're providing. So if they can't provide that service straight away under the Consumer Rights Act, they need to provide that cash refund, not a voucher. But if you ever cancelled your flight, then of course that is something that they can decide to give you a voucher, because probably you are in breach and therefore they feel that maybe let's give you a voucher to travel another time. So people whose flights were cancelled during those periods are entitled to cash refund. But most of these companies, unfortunately, some of them have been insolvent. Obviously, if the company becomes insolvent, then it's going to be very difficult for you to claim the money. But even under those circumstances, you could also make some claim under the agency law, where if there is a link between the principal and the agent, then of course, but some of these claims are quite involving, and where people are unwilling to spend, then lawyers may not be able to spend so much time dealing with those matters.
All right, let me take you back to goods. So, for instance, if we're talking about defective goods, you've purchased something from a shop and you've realized that the goods are not functioning. They're not working as you wanted it. What are some of the things that you can do, and what time limit do they have to replace or to give your money back to you?
Yes, as most of these things we more or less discussed them when we were going through the lifespan of the product. So as I was saying, under the Section 22 of the Consumer Rights Act 2015, the first 30 days of that product being defective, and here is the thing, maybe you bought a shoe, you wore that shoe to a wedding party, or you took it to the club, and then you came back, the sole has ripped up. Oh, you go to the shop, they tell you, oh, you have worn it, we won't take it back. That's not right. That is a breach of Section 22 of the Act. You are entitled to that refund because under the consumer right, the good is supposed to be of satisfactory quality. And therefore, if you bought a shoe, you wore it for maybe you did 30 days and then it became 40. Guys, you are ready to take it back.
The reason why I'm laughing is that I know some people, what they do is if they know they're going for a party, they'll just go and get a suit from the shop. Very expensive suit, they won't take the label off, and then the next day they return it and they take their money back. So would there be any situation where they will tell you, no, we're not accepting it because maybe the label is not on it, or we can see that you've worn it? Can there be any challenges in respect to that?
Yes, very good question. Some of these shops or traders, they are quite flexible. The fact is that there is a regulation on online trading. If you went to the shop to buy a product you saw that, maybe you wore it, and then you took it out, unless subject to that product being defective, for example, the shoes, the suit you are talking about, is because these traders are flexible. That's why they still give cash refund. But ordinary, they might tell you they want to give you a voucher. Because there is nothing wrong, you are not automatically entitled to refund just because you have changed your mind. If you bought the product physically from the shop, but of course you are entitled to change your mind and be entitled to refund if you buy the product online. So that is the difference between the two scenarios. But most times, because these shops want people to keep coming to the shops, they always try to be very flexible to be able to ensure that they can maintain that custom with their customers.
Well, viewers, we're here in the studio, City of Media. My name is MC Chaka. I'm your host for this beautiful program. I'm here with lawyer Thomas Beyebenwo from City Law Solicitors. City Law Solicitors, they've been our amazing sponsors, and obviously that is the backbone behind this program, educative program that we bring to you every Tuesday from 8:30 p.m. City Law Solicitors, they specialize in immigration law, employment law, family law, personal injuries and clinical negligence, commercial disputes and civil litigations, housing law, consumer law, media and entertainment law. So if you are confronted with any of these challenges, please make sure don't look further. They are located at Unit 113 Backen Enterprise Center, 50 Cambridge Road, Backen, SS, and the postcode is IG118FG. IG118FG. The office telephone number is 020-3355-0782. The office number once again is 020-3355-0782. City Law Solicitors, they are here to resolve all your legal matters for you. And also City Media, very soon our online radio is coming to live, so please stay tuned. Hopefully by next week we should be able to put everything on track for you to either you can get online or you can watch on Facebook. Either way, this program will be live online, so please take a note of that. We're going to go for a short commercial break, but before then, let me acknowledge some few people that have been watching, that have just tuned in with us. So Charles Boabin says, thank you, lawyer. Thank you very much, Charles, for watching. It's been amazing for you guys to be on board. Charles Boabin is watching. Miranda Edna. Oh, Miranda, yeah, great work. Thank you very much, Miranda. Thank you for watching, Miranda, my dear sister. Laurentia Blankson, well done, well done. Okay, Janet, Jesse, Jello is watching. And of course, Cornelia Chaka, I've heard that. All right, Cornelia, yeah, I've heard that too. Okay, so we're going to go for a short commercial break. When we come back, we've got more questions for lawyer, and I'll give you the opportunity to obviously ask questions as we open the phone lines after this short commercial break. So stay tuned. MC Chaka and lawyer will be back. Please stay tuned, don't go away. Welcome back. If if you're just watching us, we discussing consumer right in relation to energy supply, the banking scam, purchase of goods and services. I'm here in the studio with lawyer Thomas Beyebenwo from City Law Solicitors. Lawyer, I've got more questions for you. I'm sorry, but I know you're very prepared for this anyway. So yeah, please bear with us and then obviously answer all the questions to the best of your ability. Yeah, so if you're just watching us, this is the topic we're discussing, and this is City Media. My name is MC Chaka. This program we've been very educative. We've spoken about a lot of things that will benefit the consumer right, and lawyer has given a lot of update which obviously will benefit all of us. Let's keep sharing this program to make others or to help our friends and family, most importantly or most especially living in the UK, to benefit from that. Lawyer, more questions for you, more questions on the way. So we're talking about services now. You've spoken about goods, we've spoken about defective goods, now it's services. Are there any remedies for defective services? For example, if somebody comes to your house to fix your boiler or your washing machine, anything at all, and obviously it tends to be faulty, what are some of the remedies that you can use to resolve this problem?
Yes, obviously, if someone if you ever employ the service of someone to come and service your product, or to, I must create a distinction here. Now, services can either be installation, where, for example, someone comes to install, you purchase a product, the person comes to install it in your house, or you take your car or whatever for service. So one is to do with just maybe installation, the other is to do with repairs or whatever it is, remedy or repairs that the person has to do for you. And again, it is expected that that person should conduct or should undertake that work with reasonable care and skill. So if that person is if that service provided to you, let's say he comes to service the washing machine, and then straight away within few days it turns faulty, then he's meant to also come back. Supposing the fault is the same fault, he's meant to come back to it. And most times, for example, if you go to the fitting shop and then the mechanic attended to your car and then he serviced it or whatever it is, he claims he has repaired it, again, if within few days the same fault has developed again, under the because he's supposed to undertake that service with reasonable care and skill, you could say take it back. So the consumers have that right. Also, when services are provided, for example, if there is an installation, again, you suppose somebody came to install a boiler in your house and that boiler turned defective, then of course you either have right to claim for whether you bought a boiler separately from the trader or whoever has also provided that service. So consumers have parallel or similar rights when it comes to providing service, just like when they have the same right when products are purchased.
All right, thank you very much, lawyer. So if, let's say, they've come to fix something for you in your house and they've not done it properly, you've been trying to get hold of them to come and do it again, and you seem to be having challenges. What can you do to make sure? Can you go for another person to come and fix it properly? Let's say a boiler, and can you reclaim your money from them after it's been fixed by a different person?
Good. I like the way you ask practical questions, because all of us go through these things in our lives. But there are various remedies depending on how you want to go about it. As I've said, you have just testified how your bank give you refund. So if that person came, if you paid that service, let's say you paid it online, or you paid with your credit card. If it's online, sometimes you book a service, you pay it online. If he comes to provide that service and that service, the work was not done with reasonable care and skill, and you feel that you are not satisfied with the work, you could obviously make a claim under a chargeback from your bank for that defective service. And if, for example, you have given cash or whatever it is, then in that case, you have to, the consumer right makes it clear that where repairs are to be undertaken, there should not be undue delay, and it should not inconvenience the consumer. So under those circumstances, if you make that person aware that obviously, I think you have to let the caller know that we have not started picking calls.
Somebody is trying to call the studio line. Please, we're going to open lines very soon. In the next 2-3 minutes, I just want Lawyer to throw some light on the services. So please call back when I announce that the phone lines are open, please. Thank you very much. Lawyer, please go ahead. Go on.
Yes, so as I was saying, obviously, I've spoken about the bank chargeback scheme.
Yeah.
I've also said that if there is undue delay, once you have put that person on notice, you could also ask another person to come and do the work, and then you can send that invoice to that particular provider who provided us defective service. And any consequential loss, when I say consequential loss, if let's say that particular service has caused you some financial loss because some other staff have damaged, he will be responsible for that.
Okay.
And in those cases, if he doesn't pay, obviously you have a remedy in the civil court to make a claim against it. But the difficulty with some of these things is that some of these guys may not have the means to pay. So even if you fight all the way to the court, then it becomes difficult to enforce the judgment terms against them.
Okay. All right. So that's it. Lawyer, let me touch on this one as well. There's a lot of banking scams going on nowadays, and I know in your practice, I mean, I'm sure you come across a lot of people, bringing these complaints or reporting to you about banking scams. So in respect to this, when you put that on the consumer right, what advice or what can you say about the banking scam?
Yes, that's a very, very good question. As I was saying, I have a background in economics.
Yep.
So I normally read the Financial Times. I was reading the Financial Times, I think 3 days ago, and the first quarter of 2021, as much as £750 million funds that people have fallen off victims of those scams. So most of these banks has signed up to what they call push code, where obviously you make payment, you transfer funds on your, let's say, your phone. So before you push it, they will obviously they are meant to give you a warning.
Yeah.
So if there is a scam, then obviously, if there is reasonable suspicion that there is a scam, normally the bank is supposed to warn you. And these days you find out that whenever you are trying to make payment to some accounts, the bank will either match the account, or they will have a sophisticated software to tell you that you are warned.
Yep.
So normally, if you don't heed to that warning and then you proceed with that transaction, then it's more likely that the bank will say that they are not responsible for your loss. But if the bank has not reasonably warned you of that scam, then you are entitled to refund from the bank because they've signed up to a code. So where, for example, the bank has refused to provide that refund, then of course the financial ombudsman, which is the equivalent of Ofgem, is also there to accept complaints from customers and then eventually make decision which is binding on the bank.
Okay, so the financial ombudsman regulates
financial institutions,
yes. And then the OFGEM regulates the energy supplies. Okay,
yes.
Okay, that's the difference actually. So I mean, every organization has their regulatory body, isn't it?
Yes, because they have what they call Chartered Trader Institute that has various regulators that regulate different sectors of this. And most times when you look at these letters they have received, they rather put their ADR provider or their regulator there, but people don't take note of it.
Yeah.
People don't have to lose their right. Consumer right is as strong and fundamental as human right.
I remember,
and as I've said, always quote your consumer right.
Yeah. And I remember my mom called me, I think, a couple of months ago and said, "Oh, I've not taken any money, I've not made any withdrawal, but somebody has taken £500 from my account." So I was, "Are you sure you've not taken any money from the bank?" And she goes, "No, from the cash point." And then she checked and it was, I think, some cash point in a local area. So that was a scam actually. So what we did was I took her to the bank. We escalated it and instantly they refunded the money into her account. So it's something that obviously we all need to take advantage of, and this knowledge or this education is very important for us to know our right, whatever we can do when we are faced with these challenges. All right, viewers, I'm going to open the phone lines for you to call. I know people have been calling, so please, it's time for you to call. The number to call, some of you might have had it already, but if you don't have it, it's on right at the bottom of the screen. If you look at the bottom of the screen, the contact number for the studio will be there. Please call us and then put your questions, any question at all in relation to consumer right. Please. We've got a first caller on the line. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello, good evening. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me? Good evening. And where you calling from?
Yes, my name is Tiger.
Okay. How can we help you this evening? Okay then. Please go ahead with your question. Go ahead with your question. Okay. All right. Go ahead. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Auntie Teresa, go ahead. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. Wow. That is amazing. Okay. Thank you very much, Auntie Teresa. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Auntie. Thank you very much, Auntie Teresa, and have a good evening. Thank you very much. Amen. Bye-bye. Bye.
Yes.
Okay. Viewers, let me paraphrase what Auntie said in English. For those of you who might not understand the Tree language, that is why we do this program every Thursday, the Tree version, from same time 8:30, for the benefit of people who want to express themselves or who might not understand the legal terminologies in English and might benefit from the Tree version as well. So please make sure you listen to this same program every Thursday with lawyer Thomas Beyebenwo. So Auntie Teresa is giving a testimony. What she's saying is her daughter, she wanted to bring her daughter over to the UK. She took it to someone else, another lawyer. They took a lot of money from her. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't bring her. So she did not get her money back. And somebody introduced her to City Law Solicitors, and lawyer Thomas Beyebenwo dealt with the case. Lawyer gave the assurance that if given the opportunity, he can easily bring the daughter into the UK. The visa will be granted. So the auntie believed him, had hope in him, and obviously lawyer proceeded with the document application. Fortunately, the daughter has been granted the visa, and by next week the daughter will be in the UK. So this is a great testimony from Auntie Teresa to City Law Solicitors, and to say a very big thank you to lawyer Thomas Beyebenwo for such a wonderful work. Yeah. And one thing that she said that really struck me was that she said sometimes when the people call and they don't get hold of other lawyers, they don't call them back. But with you, if you don't answer your phone, the next minute or whatever, you call back, you apologize, and then you take it from there. And you were keen to support rather than the financial benefit. So how do you do that, lawyer?
Yes.
And this is not the first time that I've heard that, because I've been in a situation, I've been in a car with you, and somebody said, "Oh, don't worry about the money. Let me do the work first, and then we can." So how do you do that? In this era, how do you do that, lawyer?
Yeah, you see, the starting point is that I'm a Christian, and I'm proud to say that, and I have values, and I believe that we are in this profession to assist people, and I have this passion for what I do. Anybody who has been around me knows I have passion for what I do. And I want to just comment on what this woman said. The point is that I'm quite grateful to them, because when we came out of the UK came out of the European Union, those who were settlement they came under the Appendix FM. So this gentleman doesn't have indefinite leave to remain yet, but obviously he comes under the Appendix FM, and he wants to bring his spouse, and he's been around a couple of times with other people. They say, even when I was doing the work, they were saying that, "Oh, lawyer no boy, or person or you seek here." But I'm thankful to them that they had faith in me, and then I went ahead and then did the application, and I didn't even collect all the money, because sometimes when I'm doing work, I want to share that risk with that person.
Yeah.
So when everything was successful, they were also very faithful, and then they paid me my balance. So I'm also thankful to them. But the fact is that I'm using this as an opportunity to invite everybody, no matter how your circumstances, come to City Law Solicitors. We'll be very upfront with you. If you can assist, we will assist you. If you can assist, we'll tell you the truth. Except that sometimes when they tell you the truth, you tell people the truth, they think you don't know. But I'm not bragging. We have passion for this profession, and we are here to assist our friends and family who are always here and seeking our help in all these legal matters.
All right, that was a very good testimony from Auntie Teresa. So viewers, the phone lines are still open. The number to call is 07932 934518. 07932 93. All right, good evening, caller. My name is MC Chaka. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello? Yeah, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, please, good evening. My name is Emmanuel.
Can you sorry, before you go on, Emmanuel, can you turn the background noise?
Emmanuel, I'm calling from Watford.
Yeah, Emmanuel, can you turn your that's fine. I can hear you clearly now. Hello?
I said my name is Emmanuel, I'm calling from Watford.
Oh, hi, Emmanuel. Okay.
This lawyer, whatever he will say is the truth. I went to him, he explained everything to me. My mom called earlier, so this lawyer is the best lawyer in UK according to me. Okay, so God richly bless me. Okay, so everybody who got any problem, trust me, go to him. He's so kind, he's so humble, and he can explain things to you very much. May God richly bless you. I am my mom's first call. Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Emmanuel, for. Oh my God! I can, Thank you very much. Anyway, are you a House of Folk fan? That's for calling. All right, that song is House of Folk anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, lawyer. Let me. Emmanuel, thank you very much for calling. Let me cut the line. Make sure the line is cut. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, lawyer. So testimonies will keep on coming if the good job. The job will speak for itself anyway. And I'm a true friend. Sometimes it's not right for me to say, but then it's good to hear from members of the public, for your clients, for them to call in and then obviously testify the good work that you're doing for them. But I would say on behalf of the Ghanaian community and then the African or the diaspora community, I would say thank you very much for the good work that you're doing, because I know you're very selfless, you are very kind, you're passionate about your job, as you said. So thank you. I'm not here to praise you anyway, but then it's very factual. So thank you for the good work that you're doing. Oh Lord, we had a very bad news today. Nana Kwame Ampadu, the legend, died. Have you heard about that?
Yes.
May you so rest in peace. As a DJ, I'm very passionate about music. Nana Kwame Ampadu has been one of the greatest icons, and I listen to his songs quite a lot. Obra, he's got Obra, he's got Mother, he's got so many tunes, but unfortunately, his demise occurred today. So we say, may you so rest in peace. All right, phone lines are still open. The program is on. Viewers, we've got few minutes to go, so please make sure you call the studio line. It's right at the bottom of the screen, or you can contact the studio line 07932934518 07440338623. That is the studio number. Let me acknowledge some few viewers that are watching or that have just joined in today. So we've got Desmond. Desmond is saying, watching you live from Wellingborough. Thanks, boss, for such a program. Emmanuel, good lawyer in the whole UK. Freddie Kwau Asari, thanks, counsel. Senior BM William Boache is watching. Cornelia is excited. Cornelia is overwhelmed, actually. Miranda says, great work. Laurentia Blackson says, well done. Janet Jesse is watching. Kwame Yeboah. Kwame from Italy says, that's what we used to do way back in Holland. Kwame, what did you used to do? Let me know in secret. And then Inkraha Akuzi Bezo, thanks, lawyer. Erica Sante, my main man Tropicas, Kwame Tropicas, watching all the way from Germany. Janet is watching. Janet says, Auntie Teresa is so pleased. Good job, lawyer Thomas. Good job, lawyer. Veronique Ablima Meslik, great job. If I didn't pronounce your name well, I do apologize, Veronique. Great job. God bless you, from Veronique. Cornelia, you're right, lawyer Thomas. Your passion is amazing. Kofi Wizzy, lawyer Bayo, you did smile. Oh. Who is that? Kofi
is my friend in America.
Okay. Oh, is he the one that said he's got issue and you said long time ago?
Yeah.
Kofi. All right, keep watching, Kofi. Thank you very much for watching. Kwame Jovis, that's Bon Jovis. I'm on for. Good job, guys. Very informative. Thank you very much, senior. Nana Frima, thank you, lawyer, and God bless you. Jenny Jesse, I have a question for the lawyer, but unfortunately, I missed the number. I can't find it on my screen. Oh, okay. J-Lo, the number to call is 079 3293 4518. It's 079 3293 4518. That is the studio number. There's another one which is 074 40 33 8623. So J-Lo, these are the studio numbers. You can please call and your questions will be answered. We try and put the number at the bottom of the comment section for you, please. Yeah, so we're still on the program. Is live. We know we've extended or we've gone beyond the time. It's meant to be legal hour, but you know we love our viewers so much that we always have to go beyond the time. So whilst we're still expecting people to call in to contribute or ask questions, I'm going to give lawyer the opportunity to wrap up quickly, and once he's wrapping up, the phone lines are still open. You can call and then your questions will be answered. But then before then, City Law Solicitors, they are located at Unit 113 Barking Enterprise Center, 50 Cambridge Road, Barking, excess IJ 118FG. That is the address for City Law Solicitors. Their specialties are immigration law, employment law, family law, personal injuries and clinical negligence, commercial disputes and civil litigations, housing law, consumer law, media and entertainment law. Viewers, if for any reasons you've missed this program, you can always preview, or you can always visit and watch it again at Solicitor Thomas Beyebenwo Facebook page or YouTube channel. So if in case you want to preview or you want to watch it again, you can go to Solicitor Thomas Beyebenwo, his Facebook page or his YouTube channel, and you'll be able to watch this program again. So lawyer, we're coming back to you. Please wrap up whatever you said. But whilst lawyer is wrapping up, if the phone lines are open, you can still call back in and your questions will be answered. So lawyer, let's hear from you, please.
I want to say a big thank you to our viewers who have become our family for always being there. Because if they are not there, this program cannot go ahead. And we thank all of them for their support, for the unflinching support that has subsisted ever since we started this program. Today we've looked at the Consumer Right Act. There are many times we look at human rights, but we have ignored Consumer Right Act. City Law Solicitors, we are here to build a community that will be strong, will be empowered to know their right. Obviously, there are a lot of laws in this country, but most people, because they don't know their right, they are trampled upon, they become victims, and they have suffered unfairly due to the fact that they don't know their right. Obviously, this is an area that borders on our daily life. People either go to the shop to buy products, people either buy stuffs that are delivered that are damaged, people buy stuffs that turn out to be defective. So today I have been looking at the Consumer Right Act 2015, and I have taken viewers through by looking at the lifespan of the product. When the product is purchased the first 30 days, and if it is defective, what can you do? What does the law say? Section 22 of the Consumer Right Act 2015 makes it clear that the first 30 days, if the product is defective, you are entitled to full cash refund. The first 6 months of their product lifespan, Section 23 makes it very clear that you could also get the product repaired. And if on a second note, you could also...
Lawyer, thank you. We've got another caller on the line. I'm not familiar with this Android phones. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. My name is MC Chaka. You live on City Media. May I know your name and where you're calling from?
Thank you very much. My name is Janet. I'm calling from Corby.
Oh, my dear sister Janet, let's hear from you.
All right. My question goes to lawyer. Please, lawyer, I would like to know. I have a friend here who has lived here over 15 years, right? But since he came here, he has not been able to use his actual name to work, to find jobs and other stuff. So I would like to know if there is any way at all that we can help him to acquire the papers in order for him to, live comfortably, please.
Okay, thank you very much, J-Lo. So lawyer is going to answer the question.
Friend? Is it a woman?
Thank you very much.
Janet, this friend, is he a male or a female?
It's a male, sorry.
It's a male friend. Okay, that's fine.
Let me ask a few questions before he goes, because my advice will be based on the circumstance of that person. Does he have any child in this country?
Yes, please. He got one.
He got one child. How old is the child?
The child is 4 years now.
4 years, okay. That child, was it born to somebody who has a stay, or that person also doesn't have a stay?
That person hasn't got a stay neither.
Okay. So neither of the parents has a stay.
Exactly. Both of them hasn't got anything.
Okay. All right. Unfortunately, they are limited in making any successful application at this stage, unless there is exceptional circumstance. Because normally, if the child is 7 years, because he's born here, then both the parents, whichever way they want to manage the situation, can apply under the Appendix FM. Again, I understand the person has lived here 16 years. Unfortunately, currently, unlawful residents, people have to live here for 20 years. So with 16 years, she's still short of 4 years to be in the category that you'll be eligible to apply under the 20-year rule. And for that child who is 4 years, it's 3 years more before you will be eligible to apply again as a parent of a child, the relevant child who is 7 years and was born in this country. But the good news is that, as I did the program I did last time, parents that have a child, it's unlikely that they will be kept in detention center or be removed. So they should keep their fingers crossed and keep praying.
Okay, so Janet, so does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you ever so much.
All right, thank you. I'll call you anyway, and we talk about door. Yeah. Thank you very much, sister. Thank you for calling. Right. Keep on sharing this program and enjoy all the time. Okay. Bye bye.
Oh, thank you.
Bye. Bye. Okay, that was my my dear sister Janet Jesse who called in. Yeah, so viewers, the phone lines are still open. Lawyer is wrapping up, and you can still call whilst lawyer is closing or giving his closing wrap up. There, go on.
Yeah, so it's been amazing being here discussing the Consumer Right Act 2015, and I'm sure that this is an area that is unexplored. Consumers have right, as I've explained, whenever they buy a product or they have a service provider who is providing them a service. And we've gone through it tonight. We've established that throughout the lifespan of that product, the first 30 days, if the product is faulty, even if you bought is it Maserati?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. If you bought Maserati, you drove it out of the garage or the showroom within the first 30 days, no matter how much it cost you, you were entitled to cash refund. Just throw the key at them and then walk out. We've established that under Section 55 of the Consumer Right Act, within 14 days of you returning that product, you must have your cash refund in your account. Alternatively, if the product you have used the product for more than 30 days but less than 6 months, that means within 6 months, then of course you are entitled to repair of that product. Obviously, if they are unable to repair it, then they must provide you cash refund. The first 6 years of the lifespan of that product, you are also entitled to repair if it's not wear and tear and it turns out to be defective. Again, over a year, the difference is that there will be some deductions of the use and enjoyment of that product. So the trick here is that sometimes when there is this problem, traders will say, oh, we'll give you a refund, you'll be happy, but obviously when they make that deduction, it might be just a small amount. So sometimes during those circumstances, it's even better that the products are repaired so that you continue to enjoy that product. We've also gone through services where there is parallel right when people also receive service, and that service is not undertaken with reasonable care and skill. People can also claim for their consequential loss and as well as being entitled to repair. Obviously, if you bought any product subject to any agreement with a trader under the Act, obviously you also have under Section 29, you also have 30 days for the delivery of that product. Again, if that product arrived to you damaged, this time it's not that you have used a product within the first 30 days. The product arrived to you, and sometimes because of the packaging, you get a product is damaged. Just take pictures the first day you received that product, and then again you are also entitled to cash refund. So this is what we've been discussing. We also looked at energy. Most companies are going bust. What happens if your supplier goes bust? You are entitled to wait, and then the Ofgem, which is the regulator, will appoint a new provider. So you don't have to panic. You can still claim your credit if you are in credit. And we have also looked at special deemed contracts where your new contract may vary slightly, but it doesn't mean that you are compelled to accept that service or that contract. You may look around for a cheaper service from different providers. So this is what we'll be looking at tonight. And viewers, I'm always excited to be here, knowing that we are impacting knowledge to people who are following us, who are always watching us. So keep watching us, and I'm sure DJ will outline the program we have for the coming week.
Thank you very much, viewers. It's been amazing having you watching us this evening. We thank you for sharing the program as well. And for those of you that commented on our Facebook channel, we thank you very much for the comments. Lawyer has been amazing. He's been very wonderful and updated us with the legal rights in respect to consumer rights and services. We've spoken about the goods and services, and obviously Lawyer has been incredible for the services that he provides for the African community in the UK is amazing. His service is second to none. So thank you very much, Lawyer Beyebenwo, for always having time to come on this show to educate us and impart your knowledge onto us. Thank you very much. So viewers, this is where we draw the curtain. On Thursday, Lawyer will be here with the free version. So if you like to benefit, or if you couldn't understand the terminologies today, we still entreat you to join the program on Thursday from the same time, 8:30. Follow the channel on YouTube, Solicitor Thomas Beyebenwo, Facebook page, Solicitor Thomas Beyebenwo. Please make sure you join in and then subscribe or share with your friends and family to benefit from that. Next week, we'll bring you another interesting topic. If you're looking for where Lawyer is located, he's at Unit 113 Backen Enterprise Center, 50 Cambridge Road, Backen, SS IG 118FG. And the studio number, the office number, if you want to call him, he really gets busy. So his personal numbers is not advisable for us to put it out. But then you can contact the office line where his knowledgeable and learned colleagues will be able to answer the questions and obviously make sure that your queries or your questions are answered. The number to call is 0203 355 0782. That is 020 3355 0782. That is the office number. So please make sure you call for all your legal matters: immigration laws, employment laws, family laws, personal injuries and clinical negligence, commercial disputes and civil litigations, housing law, consumer law, media and entertainment law. Please make sure you contact them for all areas that I've mentioned. And then from next week, our online radio will be active. Hopefully, Touchwood is going to be active, and we'll be able to get back to you on that, making sure that you can listen to this program online or you can watch it on Facebook. We're trying every best possible way to make sure that we disseminate or you get the information that we're here to provide. It's been amazing. It's been incredible having you on the program. My name is MC Chaka. I've been your host, and my guest, Thomas Lawyer Beyebenwo. We say thank you very much, and then we look forward to seeing you on Thursday, same time. Thank you and stay blessed. Bye-bye.